Fossils. Dun dun dun. Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here and welcome back to another Pokémon Journeys anime review. As we know, yesterday we had a lot of hype news, but now it's time to get back to the reviews. Today we are covering episode 38, which was basically Jurassic Park / How to Train Your Dragon. Let's go ahead and get right into my thoughts and opinions. Ash and Goh want to go to this fossil park in Pewter City that basically, is having a little event today. And Chloe actually has a project that she needs to work on. So Sakuragi has her go with Ash and Goh. And what we thought to be Akala Island was actually just, some small little volcano in Pewter City that we've never seen before. I was like, come on, man. I was really hoping this would be an Alola two-parter. But, this episode was still good for Goh. The Goh development lately has been amazing. We end up running into a man that's very similar to the guy from episode 14. And it looks like, this is going to be like the Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny, Don George type of character where, around the world we'll see different versions of this guy and, we're gonna make, oh, it's you again. It's like, no, that was my brother, that was my cousin, whatever. But yeah, he basically has this little park where you can scavenge for fossils and the group basically spend the whole day looking for fossils. I do love the Ash and Chloe moments in this episode. As we know, in the beginning of the series, she was kind of weirded out by Ash, but we get a lot of nice moments here where, Ash is like, here, let me help you out. She's like, thank you. And then, even though they didn't find nothing new, it's so nice to see the moments between them two. Meanwhile, Goh is skull crazy to find him a new Pokemon. He brings out his Golurk, who's looking at the smallest rocks. I'm like, gosh dang it, Golurk. But yeah, they spend the whole day looking for a fossil, and unfortunately, they don't find none until Goh sees something shining all the way out in the distance, and he actually ends up finding the Amber. The fossil president ends up stating that he can restore this fossil, and it'll take overnight for it to restore. Obviously, Team Rocket overhear this and they want to try and steal it for themselves. So they go and speed up the time for this fossil to be restored, but obviously it causes trouble and they get knocked off somewhere. Also, can I just point out real quick, I love the continuity in Journeys because, when Ash, Goh, and Kaharu leave the fossilized place, they go stay in the Pokemon Center in Pewter City, and we get to see that this is the same location. I love Journeys continuity so much. It's so amazing how much detail that they put into these locations. We haven't seen this since the original series. Great job to you, Journeys. The Pokemon being restored was loud enough to wake everyone up, and so Ash and Chloe go and try and look for one thing while Goh tries to look for his fossil Pokemon. And Ash, I love the way that he ran into Team Rocket. As we know, there's been this weird oddish joke in the series where, Ash would find something and it would just be oddish and he kind of just pause. I thought that was going to happen again in this episode, but he moves the bushes. Team Rocket's just like, greetings. I'm just like, what the heck, man? They do their moto and obviously Ash starts the battle against Team Rocket. And, I was really excited for this moment because we got revealed in the trailer that Pikachu's actually being used in the Bia rematch. So I'm like, yo, this is a great possibility for Ash to learn a new strategy to use in his rematch, and we may have gotten that. Before we get to see that strategy, however, we cut to Goh fighting his fossil Pokemon, which is Aerodactyl. And can I say Red Boot got destroyed, literally got one-shotted. It's a nice way to show off how strong this fossil is, but at the same time, I want to see Red Boot do something, man, because, Red Boot beat the Hitmonchan trainer. I would have loved to see that fight. In the Kiawe fight, unfortunately, he got destroyed because, he was no match for Kiawe. He did good against the Flygon, but gets destroyed here. I just want to see Red Bull have a full trainer battle, just really get to see how strong it is. But Golurk comes out, and I'm glad that Goh actually used Golurk this time around because that's one thing I love when Goh brings his other Pokemon and uses them in battle. So that was a great move, and Golurk was actually doing pretty good against the Aerodactyl. When we come back to Ash's battle, we get to see his new strategy, which at first I thought he was going to use the same strategy that he used to win the Alola League and to beat Hodge. And, I was like, oh, why he's going to use this again? He uses Electro Web in front of him, and he's running at full speed. But instead of, trampolining off the Electro Web to bounce back with Iron Tail, he jumps through the Electro Web, having the Graveler get caught up in the basically web and sent flying back to knock out Team Rocket, sending them blasting off. I love how versatile Electro Web is. If Ash somehow uses this in the next episode to win against Bia, I'm gonna be so happy because these last few episodes from when he lost to Bia to now, he hasn't been doing too much to try and get ready for this fight. You could say in the Flygon episode he was training, but it's just him, Pikachu, and Riolu really running. he wasn't really doing anything to help defeat the Flygon. And we went to Alola. Like, I just wanted to see like some more training from Ash on screen. Obviously, it's probably off screen, but if this is a strategy that he's going to use to beat Bia, then great job to you, Journeys. I'm proud of you. Go and Golurk end up defeating Aerodactyl, and here's where we get the How to Train Your Dragon moment in this episode, where Go kind of walks up to Aerodactyl, reaches his hand out. He's like, I know you're new to this world, this new era, but it's not bad. Let's learn together. And puts his hand on Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl trusts him. Like, I really like this nice. It looked like a nice little reference to How to Train Your Dragon right here. I love that a lot. I used to love those movies when I was growing up. And yeah, Go ends up getting Aerodactyl's trust and catching it, which I've been loving the Go development lately. Like, Go has been getting some of the greatest development. It's so weird because I'm loving what Go's getting, but Ash is like, I'm really wishing that we got to see Ash train some more. I get they got to take a step back for Ash to let Go develop, which I'm loving that a lot. Like, Go isn't relying on Ash as much as he used to. He's starting to do stuff on his own, which, that was a lot of people's issues with Go. So I'm really hoping that Go is starting to change, for a lot of you all now. And, he's only going up from here. We know Cinderace is coming really soon. Even Chloe's been getting some nice development. As we see throughout this episode, she's more like, she's out enjoying hanging out with Ash and Go. Yeah, in the beginning of the episode, she was like, I gotta go with them. Like, she was kind of iffy on it, but it was more or less I'm still not fully used to them, versus where in the beginning she was like, nah, I don't want to hang with you guys. And you can see she's having a good time. Like, she's so happy to see Ash and Go doing great. And as we know in the opening, it does show like she is starting to kind of creep towards wanting to travel with them. So I'm loving the development for Chloe, even at the very end, where Sakuragi's like, how is it? She's like, I loved it. And Ash and Go are so shocked to see this. Like, she had a great time. And so I'm loving that they're developing all three of these characters. I'm really ready for when they become a trio. This was great Go and Chloe development. And if Ash uses this strategy in the next episode, great Ash development as well. I'm really enjoying this. There's not too much more I can say for this episode. It's just kind of, a nice little Go development. But next week, we got the big Ash versus Bia. Also, was this Misty in the beginning? I don't know. But nah, I'm just joking. But thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And in the comments down below, let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I'd love to hear. TreyMan1. Peace out.